And hello everyone, Greg Scott Bailey here. Thanks for joining my video. I'm doing a test here in 7 Days to Die. This test is for random number generation or basic loot. So basically what I am going to do is I am going to break open all these crates in kind of a variety of ways to test the random number generation. What I've done is I've created multiple save copies of this exact moment that I loaded into here. So every game will start out hopefully with that same circumstance. I don't know what's going to do. I don't know what kind of situation we're going to have, but at the end of all of this, I'll recap and share my thoughts. So let's go ahead and make sure. So we got a bunch of lock picks on us, right? But let's go ahead and also let's just get a axe to bust open the crates. And so this is with no points, no nothing. This is a fresh character, level 1. And we'll see how we do. Oh, stamina. Okay. Start popping these things open. Alright, so we got some ammunition, a level 2 scrap leg armor. The gun bag here, weapons bag. Level 2 sledge, stone sledgehammer, some molotovs, a level 2 primitive bow. Gun store box. Scrap armor again. So level 2 items. This one's a scrap chest armor. Knuckle wraps. Another level 2 leg armor. Scrap leg armor. Another level 2 scrap chest armor. Some repair kits. Shotgun shells. Okay, so the lockpicks. We'll see how this does. I gave myself 100 lockpicks, and I get it on the first try. Go figure. We'll see if the rest of the tests do the same. All right, so now we got the big box. This is where all the big loot's supposed to be. Level 2, level 2, level 2, level 2, right? Okay, so we got level 2 across the board. We got a book out of it, silencer. So if I were to, let's just say, nerd pull up here, avoid all the zombies somehow, some way. I've done it in some games. Then this is all the loot that we would be looking at, aside from the lockpicks, obviously. But this is what we would be looking at getting out of this attempt here. Obviously, ignore the steel axe and the lockpicks. So as far as loot goes, early game, I wouldn't necessarily recommend going through the effort just to get all of this. I mean, you might make some dukes off of the beginning stuff here. Looks like the most you're going to get is maybe up to 4 or 5, maybe 600 dukes. So that also will depend on you, like what you want to get out of the whole run. But that's with absolutely no points in it whatsoever. So let's go ahead and move on to the next phase. Okay, so next phase is with the looter goggles on. Now I've given myself level 4s, sorry, plus 4s, I guess is the way to put it. So we got plus 4 loot goggles on. We got nothing else. We got, same amount of lock picks here. Let me go ahead and get myself another axe just to bust open these crates. So another level 2 axe. That's nice. Okay, so these are busted open. Once again, loot goggles are on. Just make sure. All right, start with the munitions box. Okay, so here we go again. So we got level 2 scrap leg armor, 7 and 12. That looks awfully familiar. So we'll get that. Weapons bag. Okay, so now we got level 3 blunderbuss, bow, and a bone knife. I believe we had level 2s last time. Let's see, look at gun store box. Blunderbuss ammo, that's it. Okay, so we got a bunch of parts now. Bow, crossbow parts, steel club parts, rocket launcher parts, and handgun parts. Okay, in this case we got a level 2 padded chest armor, baton parts, and shotgun ammo. Okay, big crate. Let's see how long it takes to load in or to unlock this one. Okay. Survey says. Okay, so bunch of level 2 items again. We do have a level 3 padded chest armor and then a rad remover mod. Some ammunition. All right. So now we take a look at what we got this time around here. Obviously, again, aside from the lockpicks and the steel axe, not to mention it did once again only take us one attempt to get into that chest. But there you go. Once again, we will compare these stats with our end results. So let's move on to the next step. Okay, and we are in our third one here. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a axe, level 1 this time, huh? And so now we're going to say, what if we don't get goggles, right? But hey, what if we want to do points into Lucky Looter, right? But yeah, we'll go ahead and go to the max. So let me get some XP here. Okay, so we are now max on Lucky Looter. Okay, so again, we'll start with munitions box. Okay, so this time ammunition and armor. But ammunition does look familiar, doesn't it? We'll go to the weapons bag again. See how quickly it opens up everything, too. So this time around, level 6 iron knuckles, level 6 steel sledge, robotic sledge, and the 7.62 ammo, right? Gun store box. Level 6 baton. Got some iron arrows. Level 4 steel, or no, iron leg armor. Okay, now let's crack open the big chest. Okay, so let's crack this open. What we got? So we got steel boots, level 6, some more iron arrows, got a robotic sledge, got some gold, diamond, and silver, some parts, robotic steel club parts. All right, so not too shabby, but let's take a full look here again. So this is what we got with no stats and anything else but Lucky Looter maxed out, and this is what we got here. Obviously, a situation like this would be very slim, few, far in between. If you spent no points on anything else in game and you decided to come here, maybe loot this stuff with max Lucky Looter, is just my guess. Obviously, a lot of these options are just kind of see what would happen versus maybe the realistic approach that you would make when playing the game. Okay, so now let's try the next step. Okay, so this one now is with the Lucky Goggles +4s, right? And maxed Lucky Looter. Okay, and starting with the munitions box. Okay, so once again, armor and ammunition. Weapons bag. Okay, level 6 items again. So knuckles, then robotic sledge. That looks a little bit familiar there. Boxes. Okay, that's the same there. All right, 15 arrows again. That looks familiar. This is all looking pretty familiar. Let's see how many picks it takes here. Okay, broke a couple more lock picks again on this attempt, but end results are looking, I think, the same as last game, interestingly enough. But again, we will try to compare stats, so there's a full screen of it. And that's what we got out of this set here. Okay, and then moving on to my last attempt, as far as giving ourselves stuff. So let's check that out. Okay, and we're back now with eye candy in our inventory. We give ourselves +4 nerdy goggles, and we are sitting at Lucky Looter maxed out. So this is under the assumption that somehow, some way, you're able to get all of this early game. Let's get an axe. Now let's go and eat the eye candy now. Okay, and starting with munitions box again. Okay, it looks same as before, or recently. This looks familiar. Maybe the ammo's extra. Okay, the box, same, same, same again. So 3 times in a row, I think that those were the same. All right, but this time we got into the chest on first try. And all this loot looks the same to me. We will take a look at the full screenshot here. And then we'll move on and compare this to all the rest of the loot attempts. So let's be right back. All right. So taking a look at this, we've got attempt number 1 appears to have given us the most loot. 2 more items we would have been encumbered. Obviously, ignore the lock picks there, but everything from the 7.62 ammunition all the way to the level 2 bone knife we got out of all the crates here. Attempt number 2, lucky goggles with +4. We can ignore the lock picks and the shades. So now we got 12 7.62 ammo instead of 24. Only 3 9mm. We ended up getting some level 2, what was that, leg armor, blunderbuss ammo. But then we got some level 3 items, a bone knife, bow, and blunderbuss. Then we started getting some scrap parts, bow, and I think, is that steel tool or steel weapon club? Something. And let's see, there's some extra parts there, shotgun ammo, padded chest armor. So that's with lucky goggles, the +4. No other stats put in. We go to attempt number 3 now. We're back up to getting more loot again. This time with a lucky looter stats put to 5 out of 5. We got some level 6 items. Knuckles, sledge, stun baton. We got that level 4 robotic sledge. Some armor's looking good. This time we got some diamond, silver, and gold. Got that's was it steel club parts again, magnum rounds. So it's kind of interesting to see there's a definite shift here. Um, but here's the kicker: attempts number 3, 4, and 5 are actually all the same. Unless I'm missing something. Again, ignore the lock picks, the shades on 4 and 5 there. Yeah, it looks like all the loot is the same. I don't see a difference. Obviously, tell me in the chat below if I miss something. But the differences really are just the lock picks. 46 on attempt number 3, 48 on 4, and then 50 on attempt 5. So we used up 4 on attempt 3, 2 on attempt 4. So just kind of give you an idea of lockpick usage as well. But it's really interesting kind of see that those last 3 efforts turned out giving us the same amount of loot. That's same exact loot, in fact. So if we take the common denominator out of all of that, it's that lucky looter was put to 5 out of 5 on all 3 of them. And I'm feeling like at that point, if you're able to get the lucky looter 5 out of 5, don't even bother with goggles or with eye candy. I'm willing to bet that it's all going to be the same quantity, quality, everything. So there we go. That's this test. Um, I thought about just doing one where we do multiple attempts with the same rating, with no loot bonuses at all, and just see if the random number actually changes. But I mean, to me, to have 3 in a row with Lucky Looter 5 to be the exact quantity, the exact quality, it's to me, I feel like some of this stuff is preset. So I think that concludes this test. Thank you, Mr. Helper, there, and I do wish you a pleasant and wonderful adventure. Whatever you do, just don't do anything stupid. You know, just chill and enjoy what you got there. But thanks everybody for stopping on by. I appreciate you guys coming on by here. And as always, oh good God, we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye bye.